Hey, everybody. Hey, all my CRPs, all my clinical research professionals. Happy Friday. I'm coming in a little bit later today. I had some things to do with my daughter, so I didn't get back as early as I had plans, but I'm here now. I promised I would be going live every day for November, and coming to y'all with a new problem every day. So I'm back. And we are on November 18th. So we are on problem number 18, Aspiring CRA problem number 18. And for those of you who don't know, you can go back and watch the replays on LinkedIn, on YouTube, or my Facebook channel. And you can see days 1 through 17, and you can catch all of the fun stuff that you missed on the 17 of the problems that clinical research professionals, I'm already getting tongue tied, that clinical research professionals experience as they're trying to land their first CRA job offer. So today we're going to hop right into problem number 18. So can you guess what that might be? The invisible job seeker. And can y'all see the bottom part of, no, maybe not. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit. There you go. I think you should be able to see it now. But the invisible job seeker. So I think I talked about this earlier in the month. Go back and check and see. But the invisible job seeker is essentially someone who's not really present online or even offline. Nobody knows that you're really looking for a CRA job. Nobody really knows that you're out there. They don't know what you're currently doing. They don't know anything about your past. You're like this invisible, anonymous job seeker, and that's what you don't want to be. So the problem that I see with the reason behind why people are being invisible job seekers, it's not so much that they want to be, but that they're scared, oftentimes terrified of their current employer finding out that they're looking for a CRA job somewhere else, that they're looking to transition into a CRA job with another company, and not just their manager or their boss, but also maybe coworkers, because they're scared coworkers might then go back and tell their managers or their bosses, right? So this seems to be a huge problem. And I've seen it time and time again with multiple people that come to me that potentially want to work with me, people that are working with me, people that have worked with me in the past. This seems to be a common reoccurring theme. So I wanted to address this problem. Now, how does this affect me or impact me, Jasmyn, landing my first CRA job offer? I don't see it as a big deal. That's what some of you might be thinking, right? Now, even though I guess on a very surface level, it might seem to be okay. Like you can still maneuver the system and get around it and land your first CRA job offer. And I'm not saying that, 100%, no one that's scared doesn't. But what I can say is that how it impacts you landing that first job, and not just landing a job, but a job in a place where you want to, offer that you feel, a strong offer that you feel comfortable, a place where you feel like you're truly taking control of your career and you're truly in charge. It definitely impacts that in a negative way. And that's because you're scared to share your goals publicly, and you're scared to market yourself publicly. And when I say publicly, I don't mean like, you're on CNN and spreading the word, but LinkedIn is a public platform. Facebook, Instagram, all the social media places or platform. Indeed, all the job search engine places. Indeed, Monster Career Builder, if you're still using those, that's public platforms. Even if you are out at a job fair and it's in person, that's a public platform. If you're joining an event, a virtual event, and someone asked the questions, or we're talking about landing your first CRA job offer, that's a public platform. That's what I mean when I say public platform. So you're scared to share these things to others, essentially. Anything outside of yourself, any person, any place outside of yourself, your home, your own comfort area, that's public. And notice how many times I'm underlying there's fear up here, there's scared twice down here. Notice how much fear is a part of this whole entire conversation that we've had so far, right? So then, how does all this fear, or what does all this fear ultimately lead to? Because there's a bigger issue on the other end, right? The goal is for you to land your first CRA job offer. So if it doesn't impact that, then we don't really care, right? That's what most of you are probably thinking. But it does. So let's take a look. What does all this fear lead to? So number one, we've already talked about a little bit, hiding. You're hiding. You don't want people to know that you're looking for your first CRA job offer. You're scared to make it known, to make it a part of your brand that, I am a CRA, embodying the CRA role. I'm ready to be a CRA. I'm ready to transition into a CRA. I'm going to land that CRA job. You're hiding and you don't want others to know. It also leads to not showing up authentically. Again, because you're in hiding, you feel like you can't truly be who you are and show your missions, your values, your philosophies, your goals, all of those things, right? Because then somebody might see, somebody meaning your company, someone from your company, your boss, your manager, coworker, whoever, they might see this, and then it might lead to some negative consequences or some retaliation, or a lot of people are thinking it might lead to ultimately being terminated. And then limiting networking because you're scared that maybe you'll run into somebody who, again, know your manager, somebody at your company, and tell them that such and such is looking for a CRA job with us at this other company. So it limits how many people you're reaching out to. And then on top of that, when you're reaching out to people, it limits the conversation because you're scared to be authentic and open and communicating what you truly want. And then it leads to no CRA job submissions, no CRA job applications, because again, you're scared that maybe your manager might find out. Maybe if you apply to this job over here, they're going to call your current employer and they're going to ask, are you, when they do the background checks, are you actually employed there? How long have you been there? You're scared that that's going to get back to your manager and again might lead to some type of termination or negative consequences. The fear also leads to no inquiries about internal opportunities. A lot of times there's internal opportunities that we just don't even ask about, right? Because we're so scared and so terrified what your current manager, your current boss, or whomever is going to say about you trying to leave their department or you trying to leave their area, whatever the case may be, however the structure is set up, you trying to get promoted and get to that next level. You're scared and terrified that maybe they aren't on board. Maybe, again, there might be the retaliation piece. And then all of this can lead to career stagnation because, of course, you're not advancing into that CRA job offer that you know you're ready for, that you know you have enough experience for, that you know you're prepared for. All these things, it's your time, but you're still stagnant in your career. You can't seem to make that last little leap or that last little step, all because fear is creating these things that we've been talking about. And then when you put all this together, you start having these thoughts and these feelings of hopelessness and sadness and frustration. And then ultimately, like, you just have no control. You have absolutely no control over your career, where it goes, how much you make, what title you have, what role you're in, what you do at your job, where your career is going. You feel like you're completely and totally out of control and that there's nothing you can do about it. This is what fear creates, y'all. Fear never leads you to your goal. It always only takes you away. Even though on the surface level and for a little while it might look like it's taking you there. Ultimately, fear does not get you to your goal. So what can you do about it? Well, you have to replace the fear. You have to shift from that. And fear is a limiting belief, y'all. It's a limiting, it comes from a limiting place, a limiting belief or thought system. So you have to replace that fear with courage and confidence. And courage plus confidence will ultimately lead you to freedom. And freedom is the direct path to landing your first CRA job offer. You have to be free to be yourself, to brand yourself authentically, to market yourself and tell the world that, hey, these are the things that I offer. This is why you should bring me in for an interview, ultimately, so you can sell yourself and land that first CRA job offer. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about BMS, branding, marketing, and selling yourself. And that's the 3-step process. It's a simple 3-step process that I use to teach my clients how to land their first CRA job offer. It can really be simple. It can really be fun. It can be exciting. It doesn't have to be this hard, frustrating, hopeless journey. It doesn't have to be that way. But when fear is controlling everything that you do, fear also creates that type of environment. So, how do you get the courage and the confidence? Well, that depends on you and your particular situation. So, everybody's different. Everybody has, sometimes the fear comes from a deep rooted childhood traumatic place where you might need to get a professional involved, and you might need to get some different types of therapy, maybe even some specialized therapy. Sometimes it might be a matter of you just taking more self-care, better care of yourself, and taking time to just be with yourself, maybe to spend some time journaling, some time reading, sometimes reading self-help types of book or healing types of book, sometimes meditating, praying, breath work, there's yoga, there's Pilates, exercising is a great way to release sometimes that fear. There's lots of different tools and techniques out there. There's things that can help you shift from that limiting place of fear and into the abundant place of courage and confidence. There's lots of things, but it just depends on your situation, right? And so inside of my coaching program, that's also one of the things that we work through: limiting beliefs and thoughts, identifying them, and figuring out a plan for you on how you should tackle them, how you can tackle them to best help you get over to that empowering side and help you reach your CRA goal. So a lot of times it's not just about the strategy, so to speak. It's also about mindset and getting to that clean, clear, confident space and place of knowing that not only can you be a CRA, not only do you have what it takes to be a CRA, but you deserve to be a CRA. So that's some of the things that we work on as well. Now, for those of you who, and let me see, do I see a comment? It's hard for me to tell. No, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Now, for those of you who are ready to take your CRA job search to the next level and you want a little bit more support, you want a little bit more help, you want a little bit more hand holding, you want someone to go through the process with you. Well, I offer a 6-month coaching program where I help clinical research professional women confidently land their first CRA job offer, struggle and frustration free, with no monitoring experience or CRA certification or any certifications for that matter, all through teaching you how to brand, market, and sell yourself. And the program includes an initial onboarding call to immediately, guys, assess and revamp your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile. And then it also includes 6 months of high-level one-on-one private coaching sessions directly with me. You also get immediate on-demand access to my signature curriculum filled with the frameworks, the templates, the checklists, everything that you need essentially to land your first CRA job offer. You also get direct messaging support from me so that you can contact me and we can communicate outside of the weekly calls. You'll get a bonus mock interview with a recruiter. You get bonus courses on negotiating a high-paying offer. Once you land that job, it's not just about getting that offer, but a high-paying offer that you feel confident with, and fast tracking your career once you land your first CRA job, because I'm all about not just helping you land a job, but to create a complete transformation so that you can truly create the life of your dream. And then also a CRA career plan that supports that transformation. So if you're ready to confidently land your first CRA job offer, struggling frustration free with no monitoring experience or a CRA certification, then book a sales call with me to learn all about my one-on-one private coaching program and how I can help you. Just visit aspiringcra.com. So thank you guys so much for joining me as always. And tomorrow, I'm not even going to say it. The past couple of weekends, I say I'm going to try to come on early. I'm not going to say it. We'll just see. I don't know what time I'm going to be able to hop in, but in order for you to make sure if you want to join me live, you can always follow me on LinkedIn or subscribe on YouTube and click that notification bell, and then platforms will both tell you when I go live so you won't miss anything. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And you guys have a great night.